And then Bob can come in a second.
All right, well, it looks like we are live, evidently.
We're live?
I think so. That's what the interwebs is telling me.
If the interwebs says it, it's true, because the interwebs never lie. That's right, guys.
No
Never.
one lies on the internet.
Never.
Like, I've never seen one thing
that's false or not true on the interwebs.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
It's just facts, right? It's just a computer full of facts.
I mean, it's just the best thing ever. And so now we can see the comments.
Comments are fun.
All right.
Hey, what are people saying? Oops, I'm breaking stuff.
Oh, happy December, everyone. It is currently December 3rd. So we are now almost in 2014.
Man, that went by fast.
So fast.
That went by really, really fast. It's crazy, man. Are we frozen, or that's just the feed, right?
I just defroze that, so.
Okay.
I just wanted to look at the comments the whole time so we can try to be attentive.
Got it.
So what are we talking about today?
Well, I can start this if you want to just flag Bob. He should be here momentarily. Thank you very much. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the live show. It is Tuesday, December 3rd at 4:31, so I apologize for running a little bit late. We hope everybody had a really good Thanksgiving and holiday weekend. I don't know about you guys, but I'm full of foods of pecan pie. I'm still eating pecan pie, which is pretty nuts. But to start it off, we're going to go over our promotions really quick like normal. A lot of the discounts that we had over the weekend are still going on, such as the coupon code of HOLIDAY20. You can use that right now to get 20% off your purchase. That will include most of our entire inventory with the exclusion of some map items. We did also discount, I believe, 15 other products that have been marked down that you can save up to 35% on. So that's where you see the price and it'll be marked down on red, and you see the new price in red, but you can still get the discount on top of that. We also have our Seasons for Savings giveaway going on. Every order and every purchase you guys do, you'll get a code at the end of the order, and then you can enter that into another web page that will give you a chance to win free stuff. And that was to work with you online customers that everyone always asks for a raffle. So that essentially is our online raffle. And then you guys have a chance to win BBs, some accessories, there's some tack gear, along with some really, really cool prizes. I believe there's like an HK416 in there, really cool stuff. So every order you guys do make, you guys can split up your orders if you want to. So plan that out with the coupon code and the shipping, how you guys want to do that as well. So that's really cool. The other thing that we're going to start as well is at both of our store locations out in Virginia and in California are our drop location for the Toys for Tots program. So we want to encourage you guys to help out with that program, especially for the holiday season. Bob's here.
Hey, everybody.
Woo. I was just going over some of the other promotions. And we were talking about the Toys for Tots promotions. And the Toys for Tots, if you guys go to the California store or Virginia store, drop off a toy and you'll get a free bag of Lancer Point to us. So it's a really great program that I'm glad that we're doing this so we can help them out. So especially for the holiday season, if you guys have a new toy or anything that you guys can drop off, I think would be really, really cool.
Yeah, this Toys for Tots program is pretty amazing. I mean, the Marine Corps has been doing it for a long, long time. And to be honest, it really makes the Christmases or holidays for a lot of these kids whose parents or families either aren't around or can't afford to get them toys. I mean, a lot of people don't understand the power that a gift like this gives to kids. So especially in this economy, a lot of people aren't donating toys as much. So we really need your help to make these holidays shine for these kids. So.
All right. So I think that's actually all the promotions. I went through them pretty quick because I'm very excited for what we get to go over today. We kind of hinted at it last week, and I'm sure you guys saw, if you guys saw the live show, is we started showing the Black Card custom guns, and we're going to reveal everything right now. So this entire live show, for the most part, is going to be comprised of all these custom guns because we have so many of them. So first of all, what is the Airsoft GI Black Card? The Airsoft GI Black Card is the very exclusive card that this is the first time that we've ever done it, and there's only 25 available, and each one will be coming with a very highly customized gun from our tech department, and our techs have done an amazing job with some of these guns. We put up these guns starting yesterday, and before we even could get the word out, I think 7 of them already sold. which is nuts. So there are, instead of doing the math, that would be what, 18 left on that.
Correct.
First of all, this is our test is the name. This is the Airsoft GI Black card. So if you guys do purchase one of those custom guns, this is the custom black card that you're going to get with your name, your first and last name. It's going to be a personalized name. And so what the black card does is it's going to give you 12 purchases for the next year of 20% off with free shipping. Along with that, you are also going to get one free tech service that you'd have to pay for the shipping to send the gun in, but you can have any gun teched on that you want. And that will be for the custom gun that you want. Most likely not, because those things are pretty awesome. But you have another gun.
So about myself.
Exactly. So this was designed because we have the holiday packages, which are great for the people getting gifts that are a little bit more affordable. The black card stuff is for those customers that have been with us for a very long time, or the people that want some really cool custom guns. And now this is something that's really cool, that's completely exclusive, 25 of them only. So we're going to be showing you guys not all 25 of the guns, because like I said, some of them sold, but they'll be coming in like this really cool envelope and everything. Looks really nice. Bob, what are your thoughts on the black card?
Well, the black card program is really interesting because I know a lot of folks want to take advantage of that coupon code, and some people do get a little frustrated that you get the coupon code but you don't get the free shipping. So I think for the folks that do purchase this, if they plan ahead, they can really take advantage of this program and make it worth their money. But not only that, I have the respect that I have for our tech department since I've gotten here has just grown exponentially. And that's not to say I didn't have respect for them. It's just that I didn't really know what they did. And, I especially with the black card guns, but dating back to like Josh's Polar Star, like some of the guns coming out of there, I'm serious, guys. Like it feels like a piece of art. And I'm getting goosebumps right now because one of the first guns that sold was basically a gun that I called another piece of art. It was the Sidewinder, made by I believe Aaron Mora, who's the head of our tech department right now. And he just tuned that thing right on the money, shooting I believe 550 right out the gate, and great spray. Basically, all the guns are really amazing, and they've got just a wide variety of custom guns, both on the kind of low end as far as like custom guns go, all the way up to the top of the really expensive ones. So I really got to hand it to our tech department. The paint jobs are awesome.
Yeah.
Wish I could get one, but I'm told I can't. So, damn it!
So enough talking. We're going to start showing you guys the guns. What we'll try to do is we'll show the guns, explain what it is and all the things the tech have done. We'll try to answer maybe a question or so, and then we're going to move on. So we're going to do it kind of quickly because there are those 18 guns, and then we only have a limited amount of time. So first of all, here you go, Bob.
All right.
And then they're all scattered around you, too. They're all set up with the spec sheets for information. This is the Airsoft GI Custom LM4 Mark 18 RIS-2 Combat Rifle. So kind of a long name. This is based off a KWA LM4. So internally, not too much is done, nor do you need to. LM4s are gas blowback rifles, so extremely realistic. But what our techs have done is we have a black MOE stock, MOE K GBBR black grip. We have the Dano Defense RIS-2 rail system in flat dark earth, and also the low profile gas block. So externally, that's where all the magic happened on it, and it looks quite nice.
I'm trying to see what kind of, did you say pistol grip?
It's the MOE K grip. Okay. So it's one of the not newer, but it's I guess not as old as the original.
It actually grip. feels more slim or slimmer than the original MOE grip, but it's actually really comfortable. Because I've felt some of these slimmer MOE grips that are a little bit smaller than this, and I didn't like them, but this one works pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking of kitting out my own force similar to this. So when I saw this on the website a couple days ago, I was actually pretty pleased. And I like the fact, you've got MOE stuff on here at pistol grip stock, and you've got this really sweet Daniel Defense rail. So this is a really good gun right out of the gate. LM4Cs are pretty awesome. I love my LM4 to death. If you guys have ever had a gas blowback, these are probably the best M4s on the market for gas blowbacks, in my opinion. That's not to say that other folks appreciate something, other than this, but this is my favorite gas blowback rifle on the market. So
yeah, definitely. And if you guys are looking for realism, that's where these things shine. Where you have the fully functional bullet, the magazine only holds about 40 rounds. So it's not to say you can't keep up on the airsoft battlefield with all the AEGs out there. But if you want, let's say even to train or practice with instead of your AR, something like this is really nice. And these are all Magpul parts, Daniel Defense, licensed Daniel Defense rail system too. I personally like the CQB. This is based off the LM4 4C, so it is the 10.5-inch barrel, which is pretty cool. So this is the first one that we have to show. If you guys have any quick questions on it, go ahead and post them, and we'll try to get it up as quickly as we can. By the way, if I didn't already mention, all of these are up on our website right now. You go to our Airsoft guns, and then go to Airsoft GI Custom Guns, and then right at the top is going to say the Black Card Customs, and all of them are right there as well too. So this is the first one. Let me move on to another one. We'll do the other LM4.
alrighty. Excellent work. All right. Now, I didn't want to cut down the barrel on my LM4 to make a Mark 18 style gun. Actually, I'm not even going to move that. But I was thinking about getting this rail just because it'll fit mine, and I got to give, again, our tech department credit. I like the fact that they matched up the colors on this pretty well. I mean, honestly, if you have a rail system that's different color than your other accessories, you can easily just spray paint them. But I like right out of the box the colors match on this. This is actually, in my mind, a really good length for an LM4, especially if you're going to do thumb over bore. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are in the market for LM4s, these are really great guns. It's going to be a lot more affordable buying it through us, having the tech department already put these together, than if you're going to have someone install it. You know, aftermarket is going to cost you more. So you'll save money through us by getting this, not even to mention the Black Card. Daniel, your thoughts?
It's pretty. I like the black and tan two-tone, so that's something that's definitely very popular these days.
Yeah.
So I really like that with the stock, and I actually like the fact, because I'm a fan of the Magpul MOE stocks, but I like that this has a traditional crane stock in tan. So I like that. I feel like it's not more old school, but it's not, you know, all Magpul'd out. So a quick rundown of what it has. Once again, externally was where most of the work was done. This was based, I believe, off the normal LM4. Yeah, the normal LM4
Yes.
with the 14.5-inch barrel. G&G TAM crane stock, naturally. We have the TAN GBBR grip, and I believe this is not the K grip. This is going to be the standard Magpul MOE grip.
Yeah.
And then we have the RIS-2 rail system. This is the 12-inch, also in flat dark earth, and then also the low-profile gas block. So very similar to the other one, but this, I would say, is the longer variant for it. Oh, I like that. Hashtag Bob is awesome.
Thank you,
Remington.
Thank you, Remington.
Cool.
Good name, by the way.
Yes.
Someone, I believe, Jacob Decob, who's being kind of rude, was saying that it's kind of useless if you don't upgrade the internals. I would disagree. On my LM4, I mean, stock out of the box, it performs flawlessly. The only thing I can think of to upgrade that I wanted to spend money on was the externals. So, I mean, I really don't think you really need to spend a whole lot of money internally wise, especially on KWA gas guns. Again, own personal opinion. I just hate fiddling with the internals on KWA guns because right out of the box they perform amazingly.
Yeah.
So yeah, mostly done the externals. Really pretty looking gun. I want the rail.
Yeah, that's a nice rail.
Because it'll fit perfect on mine.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, why don't we just take this off right now? Let's take
Yeah.
this off.
Why don't you grab another one and we can keep moving on?
Egg salad.
Yeah, and I do like LM4s. I did have a chance to use Mark's one a little while ago, and it was fun because, you know, I was blasting away, but at the end of the game, it was the end of the day, actually, and I had 3 mags, so I just sat, you know, back where nobody else was at on the field, and I was just like, mag jump, do. You know, that was like half the fun of the day. Like, that was just
shooting it?
Yeah, it was just shooting. I'm just shooting at dirt, but, like, the experience was like, I was like, I'm gonna, full mag dump on semi, and then do a full mag dump on full auto, and it was just like, yeah, reload, just like overly
I do like slamming it. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So I don't know. That's pretty fun too.
What's really amazing is when you get a couple of these, like a squad, like a whole fire team using them. That sounds really great.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that too is that I've fired a lot of real ARs, and for the ARs that have, you know, a lot less recoil, or at least like a lot of civilian ARs, the LM4 actually has more recoil than those, or the ones I'm used to firing.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have too much experience with the real AR, so I'll take your word on it. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Shoot, where is that?
I'll put this down, and then we can grab another one.
Comment from Remington. You must read this. It is important. That is all. Excellent work, Remington.
That's it?
That's it. Actually, I really like that we had that LM4 there because was thinking about that rail,
Mm-hmm.
and I was honestly considering this rail I'm about to bring up too, because this will work really well with my 3 lasers.
Okay.
So why don't you hold that?
Oh, with pleasure.
Okay. So this is the Airsoft GI Custom Cerberus Airsoft gun. Now, the base gun on this is an Echo 1 Platinum, which a lot of folks in the marketing department have used for years, and they work flawlessly. Now, the parts used on this are the Manual Daniel Defense 12-inch AR-15 FSP. We've got the G&G M4 Fort Flash Hider, obviously right there. Magpul PTS MOE Grip, Magpul PTS CTR Stock, Magpul Ladder Rail Cover, Madbull M110 Spring, Magpul M-Bus Gen 2 Rear Backup Sight, Magpul 120 round M4 M16 mid capacity magazine.
Awesome.
Yes.
What you guys will see with a lot of these custom guns is for the AEGs of the M4s, we use the Platinum Edition, Echo 1 Platinum M4s, and the reason for that is it's a great base. Internally, it is going to be a VFC gearbox, so you really don't need to do too much for that in terms of reliability. Really solid accuracy, range, and rate of fire out of the box. I believe the spring was changed to change the FPS slightly, but besides that, it's just been all decked out with Magpul parts. What I like about this is a lot of the days, or nowadays, I see a lot of, no triangle front sight. Everyone goes out with that. I like that this one still has it, but it has the rail system that kind of coincides with it, and I think it looks really nice, and it's something different.
I think it looks pretty aggressive. I definitely, I like the look of it. Dang, this is actually really tempting. And, it's odd how cool just the addition of a few ladder rail covers makes it.
Yeah.
Especially when the color matches, the other accessories on the gun. So, that being with two-tone as popular as it is, this is a really good combo.
Mm.
I like this rail setup because this is more solid than some of the more affordable rail kits that are similar to this. So, got to give our tech department props for using that. And always, if you're, I just like that the base gun is a Platinum M4 because, like I said, my friends have bought them and they've been using them for years, no problems. It's amazing. So
awesome.
Yeah, I really like this.
And the ladder, Magpul ladder rail covers are probably my favorite rail covers, mainly because of how low profile they are.
Yep.
So I use the Noveski NSR rail system, and I have Magpul ladder cover on the top of it. So if I get my thumb over the bore, it's very slim, and it's something that I do like too. So this is a really nice gun. This Cerberus, yeah.
Yeah, this is the Cerberus. What is the cost for our customers?
The cost, I don't have the cost on hand. I forget, it's on the website. But the FPS, actually, I forgot to mention the FPS of the LM4s. But I believe the longer one's about 400. The C should be around 360. This gun right here is about 390 to 400. So definitely a perfect outdoor gun. The outer barrel is an M4 length. It's a 14.5 inch. So it does look longer because of the rail system, but it is a standard M4 length barrel. But you have so much rail space that you can put stuff on it for days.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was going to get a 245-degree canted mount that put the red dots off that, the one on the bottom, flashlight, vertical grip, angle foregrip for no reason particular, and I don't know, maybe first aid kit.
First aid kit.
Yeah, never know.
Just in case you gotta.
Sunblock, dead rag, binoculars, big league shoe dispenser.
Hey, that's good.
Tactical Dorito holder. Extra taco pouch for mags.
Oh, I thought it was for tacos.
Yeah, Tootsie Roll back here. I can go on.
I'm getting hungry now.
Okay, yeah.
We should keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, with the guns. Okay.
You want to grab another one?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see, what do we have? What is the RPS? The rounds per second, I believe, on VFCs with a 9.6 is usually I think 15, 16 BBs a second. I apologize if I'm wrong. And if you use an 11.1, definitely 20, if not more. So those are pretty solid out of the box.
All right. This is, I believe, the Airsoft GI Aries Custom Full Metal 18-inch DMR. Hold that, please.
Oh, I will.
Okay. All right, so as far as specs on this, the base gun is the Aries Full Metal M4E carbine, which means that it's going to have that electrical, cutoff system, but that programmable system in there, so you can program it for 3-shot burst, a variety of other features. So you're going to have that in there, which is really nice in my opinion. You also have the Daniel Defense 18-inch SPR outer barrel. the Mad Bull JP flash hider, the GMP V-Style gas block, the Mad Bull VTAC 13-inch Riz, and the Prometheus EG 445mm inner barrel. Nice choice. And the Mad Bull blue bucking. So obviously there is some internal work in there. There are a few external things just to get the look right, like the rail system, like the gas block, like the outer barrel and the flash hider. But as you can tell, there has been some work done inside, and this gun fires between 390 to 400 feet per second. Our techs on all these guns tried to get them as close to the range where you're playing either outdoors or CQB as possible, just so the gun is as functional as possible. Daniel, what are your thoughts?
This is definitely my kind of outdoor gun. I like that it was a Prometheus barrel, right?
Correct.
Prometheus barrels were my favorite barrel before the Miracle barrel came out, but Prometheus barrels are still by far great performing barrels. So what I like about this gun is how slim and lightweight it is. Using this rail system is something that we've talked about a lot in the past, but it's that new trend of real steel and airsoft. You don't need rails everywhere, so it's rails where you need it and not where you don't. So all these slots that you see here, you get a rail segment, put on the rail segment, add whatever attachment you want, and it dramatically cuts down the weight. So that's something that I really like, and I feel like these are a lot more comfortable to hold and wield. So like I could really see myself using something like this at SC Village or Desert Fox Fields or something like that too.
Yeah, actually, it's interesting. I kind of expected you would be a fan of this basically low-profile, lightweight rail kit. I'm not surprised at all, actually.
Yeah.
Josh actually has something, if not similar, the exact same thing as this on his M4, and it's his AEG, I believe, and he loves the hell out of it. So I personally don't want to get one just because Josh already has one. I want to be a little different. But it does look bad ass.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the other thing that we can't really show too well is that ECU, or the electronic control unit, I think I named it right, that the Ares has now. So it's a really smart system where it has like electronics with the trigger, so it makes the trigger pull very, very snappy and definitive. It's not just trigger contacts being squished together when you pull the trigger. So when you pull the trigger, if you got like a good battery and everything, it's going to be super snappy.
Basically, you can just barely flick the trigger, and if it contacts, it's going to do a full fire. You're not going to have like the motor half spins or whatnot, which is actually a problem I had on some of my earliest airsoft guns where you didn't pull the trigger fully.
Yeah.
You lock the motor.
Yeah.
So in this one, it's not going to happen ever. You can actually just barely tap it, and that's going to be a full shot or whatever you have the fire control unit set to. So.
Yeah. So that also goes into the reliability of the gun, making sure that it always cycles all the way around no matter what. And then also the best way I can describe it is it's like clicking on your mouse on your computer. So this one isn't that definitive of a click, like you're not going to hear it, but there is a specific point that it's like, oh, I clicked it, or I pressed the button, or I pulled the trigger. So that definitive, that's a good way I can describe it. I'm going to answer a quick question. Minecraft Builder is asking me a good pistol that you should buy. KWA pistols are probably my first pick, if not KJW. I'm a huge fan of the 1911, so KWA Mark series, amazing guns. If not, I would say the KJW M9 is a great choice as well, because the price point is like $100, but those are really solid pistols for $100.
I actually want to answer. Well, actually, I want to just piggyback on that. You didn't mention the Elite Force, right?
Oh, I didn't, but those are good guns.
Those are really good guns. Elite Force 1911s are great. Adam Zale. Bob, please tell me, I like the KWA SR7. Would that be good for CQB? Right off the top of my head, I can't remember the SR7 fires under 350.
It's really close. It will shoot 350, and I've seen it spike as high as 360.
Okay.
So because every model is a little bit different, it might go above, but then at the same time, usually once you put 3,000 to 4,000 rounds through any AEG, it'll break in and drop a little bit. So we can't guarantee it's going to settle around 350, but it's like super, super, super close.
Yeah, so KWA SR7, good choice for CQB. I've actually been recommending a lot of folks to get the CQR, just because it's a little bit more affordable. It's designed specifically for CQB, and did I mention it's more affordable? Also, we have a wide variety of custom CQRs on our website. So, if you want to use the money you might save by getting a CQR instead of an SR7, then you can, go to our custom line of CQRs, take that money and spend it on a rail kit that's already going to get pre-installed onto your CQR. So check that out. There's just there's so many customs here that we generally have a custom that will identify with whatever your playstyle is. So
For sure.
Yep.
The other thought I had was if you guys go with the MP7, no, sorry, the SR7, there is, I don't recommend this, but there is a bucking modification where you can cut the end of the bucking very slightly just to release a little air, so it drops the FPS just a little bit. So that's a more tech savvy. I want to recommend that if you don't know what you're doing, but that's another way to slightly drop your FPS. Last thing I want to do is Daniel Lambert is asking for a shout out. So shout out to Daniel because you have a cool name.
shout out confirmed.
Let's continue.
And Spartan 1117 GW's here.
Oh,
Hi, Greg.
Hey, Greg. How's it going? Reporting in. I like that. I don't think there's been a live show that I've been in that Greg has not been here.
There has to have been a couple.
Well, I mean, I've only been in like so many live shows, just more recently, but everyone is always like, oh, hey, Greg's there. And yeah, awesome.
Play.
This is the Vortex. Not this one, but that one over there is the Vortex. I'm gonna leave that over here.
Sure?
Vortex.
Okay. Take your word for it.
This is the Airsoft GI Custom Vortex. So this was also based off an Echo 1 Platinum Edition M4. FPS on this one is a little lower, about 350 to 360. So this one can be used outdoors, possibly indoors as well. What we have is the Dano Defense Light 12-inch rail system. The front sight by UTG, so that is removable. We also have the AFG in black, and also the flash hider, that is the Mad Bull FSC 556 Quick Comp flash hider. And then most notable that I really like on this gun is the Mad Bull Axe battle stock.
I believe that is it Mad Bull Troy Battle X stock or just the Battle X stock?
I think it's the Troy.
Okay. Yeah. These stocks are really great. One, I like them because Bob the Axeman. Two, this has actually got a lot of storage space, whether it be for batteries, which most people don't need extra storage space nowadays for the size of batteries. But let's say for batteries for either some stuff you got in your helmet. Let's say your flashlight, or even your optics. So you can store all the stuff that you would need to keep those optics or electronics functioning in this stock. So pretty sweet. Overall, the rail, in my opinion, is pretty badass. The look that they achieved with the angle foregrip, this detachable iron sight, and this flash hider is surprising because, I mean, the gun overall, I think a lot of the coolness factor comes from here. And you look back, you're like, damn, Battle Axe stock. So, I don't know. I really like this gun. What was the base gun? Please tell me it's a Echo 1
Echo 1 Platinum, yeah. Definitely
awesome.
an Echo 1 Platinum. And I was kind of bummed because the other one, not bummed, but the other one that we had was, I think it was the Havoc or the other M4 Custom that we had with the grenade launcher and the battle axe. Like, that gun looked awesome. I think we had it on the live show last week, but that gun's already sold, and it's going out if you're the customer that bought it. It's already going out to you, so you should hopefully have that shortly. But I'm a big fan of the AFGs. I feel like I can get more control on my gun. A lot of times I will use a broomstick too, but this is a nice touch. And I like that they decided to go all black with this one, because you can't two-tone everything.
Nah.
The other thing that I forgot to mention about the Echo 1 Platinums is the sling mounts that it comes with on the back on the left and right side. So that's not like a major feature, but it's something that's very convenient, that makes it easier. Also, the Platinums will lock back with the bolt catch, giving you easy access to your hop up. Press the bolt catch to release, and you're good to go. So pretty solid overall. Also a 14.5-inch barrel, if you didn't mention that already.
No, I did not.
But yeah, I do like the Battle Axe stock because it's something different. I've seen so many of the Magpul stocks and the crane stocks, so this is like a crane axe. I'm gonna like hack somebody up with this stock. So I don't know, very cool. I am a fan of this one as well.
All right. Someone was asking if I like Daniel Defense rails earlier. Yeah, I do like Daniel Defense rails. I think they're incredibly good rails for airsoft guns. I mean, they're kind of ubiquitous nowadays. You see them almost everywhere, and that's because they're good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I highly suggest them.
And there's a lot of different ones as well. There's a lot of options. I'm going to answer a question. Oh, where did it go? It disappeared. Somebody was asking me, Minecraft Builder was asking me what's better, green gas or CO2. I would recommend green gas. The reason for that is the pressure on it is a little bit less, so the guns will tend to be a little bit more reliable. Also, green gas pistols are definitely dominant in the market, that most airsoft guns are going to be green gas operated. Now, one of the troubles is if you are not near a local airsoft store, you may not have access to green gas. That's okay. We can actually ship you green gas now by the case. So that's an option. Or you can use propane. Propane is available at most hardware stores, and those propane cans are really cheap, like $2 or $3. You do have to have a propane adapter. I would recommend the Airsoft Innovations propane adapter. So I would say green gas or propane is better than CO2.
Now, it is advisable to use what's it called? What's that lubricant called? Silicone oil.
Yes.
Basically, you're going to want to use that in conjunction with propane. If you do use propane, because part of the allure of green gas is it does have silicone oil mixed in, so that it will keep your gun as lubricated as possible while using green gas. Now, also, there are certain manufacturers where using propane can and will void your warranty. So, like KWA gas guns, if you use propane, your warranty is voided so fast. But, you know, again, as we recognize, a lot of people don't necessarily have access to gas. And that is also another reason why CO2 pistols, there's kind of an allure to having those. Generally, they shoot harder, like the Elite Force CO2 1911s shoot below 400 feet per second, but above 350, but they kick like a mule. But also, you know, CO2 canisters, 12 grams, can be a lot easier to get in disparate parts of the country than green gas as well. And also, they function in colder climates than green gas would. So there's benefits and downsides to both green gas and CO2 pistols, but Daniel's right. Definitely, green gas pistols have the market share right now.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a really good point. If you do need to go with a CO2 pistol, I would personally recommend the Elite Force 1911s. Those things are awesome. I've seen Jet wreck on the field with those in his videos so many times.
I take that wherever I can now.
Yeah. I want one. But somebody also asked a question. I forgot who. I apologize because it went up. But which Elite Force 1911 is better, the 1911A1 or the TAC and the tan one? I'd go with the tan one. That comes with the rail system and it's black and tan, so it looks awesome. Performance on both of them is the same, so I'd personally just go with the TAC one. Why not get a rail system, have it more modern, and get the black two-tone tan on it? So yeah, very cool. So I'll let you hold on to that, and let me go grab another gun for us, and we'll keep rotating.
Yeah, I really like this one. Josh is actually, I believe, talking about wide bore barrels right now. In case anyone was curious, although I'm sure he probably answered the question already, Josh is using an Orga barrel on his Polar Star Sniper, and what's great about that being a wide bore barrel is that with all the different, or excuse me, with all the extra air and air pressure that the Polar Star uses, it creates not a seal but a cushion of air completely around the BB that gives you a much better, more accurate shot. So, in case anyone was wondering, that's what that is.
Awesome. Very cool. So next, we did show this, I believe, at the last live show, but I definitely want to show it again because it's different and unique.
Where'd the gun over there go?
You have two of them here. So
I knew it. I knew that. I was testing you.
Did I pass?
With flying colors.
Yes. This is the Airsoft GI Custom G3 Hawkeye. So I like this one because I haven't seen a lot of G3 Customs out there, nor do you see a lot of black OD two-tones. So this was built off the JG-T3 base, so it is a plastic body, but our techs did do a lot of work externally and internally to it. I will let you play with that a little bit, and I'm going to list off all the parts. So besides the JG-T3 base gun that we use, it does have the Echo 1 FS3 rail system, so this rail system is not included. That is an all-metal rail system. The Magpul AFG, this is the version 2 of the AFG. The version 2 is shorter by about ½ an inch, and then also it does not have the wings on the side for the AFG. The original AFG 1 had wings that would sometimes get in the way of side accessories, so that was slimmed down. We also have those ladder rail covers again in OD. We have some internal parts, G&G version 2 metal cylinder head, Lonex air nozzle, Lonex polycarb piston head, Lonex M110 spring to have an FPS of around 400, VFC bushings, and then my favorite, the Miracle Barrel 500 millimeters. So this gun is going to shoot far and it's going to shoot accurate. That Miracle Barrel works so well. We've done a lot of videos and a lot of information on that, so if you're not familiar, go look some of that stuff up. This is going to be a really good rocking outdoor gun.
I'm busy.
Oh.
No, this is very well designed for outdoor, and what's amazing about this, and a lot of people don't know from just looking at it, is that this is a really, really lightweight gun. And that's not to say it's not solid, but because, you know, a lot of this stuff is polymer, you know, it is going to be a lot more lightweight. And the cool thing about this, in my mind, is, well, a couple of cool things, that because of this magazine, you're going to be carrying a lot of extra ammo. Also, I guess very few people are rocking G3s nowadays, and you're going to be looking really unique with this, as well as the fact that you're going to have a really long really long inner barrel. I don't know. I'm a really fan of this because I do know this is one of the more affordable guns in our exclusive black card selection, but also it's one of the more, I guess, unexpected, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like when I picked it up, I was like, oh, I wonder how comfortable the thing is going to be. And with the ladder rail covers, the rail kit on it, and the angle foregrip, this thing just, it feels good.
Yeah.
It feels real good.
And that's what I was talking about, the ladder rail covers. That's perfect because it keeps it slim on the side, and so his hand is wrapped around the left side of the gun. But you're not getting cut into the rails. So, I mean, getting cut by the rails isn't really like a big problem.
It's kind of annoying.
It's kind of annoying. The biggest problem I ever had with rails not being covered is I was playing a game like probably 4 or 5 years ago in Northern California, and it was cold. It was, I would say, at least like 40, 50 degrees. I had my classic Army M15A4 with a metal rail system. That gun's all metal. And I had no rail covers or no grip. So my hand, and I have no gloves, my hand was fine on the pistol grip, but it was physically painful to hold onto the gun because it was so cold. So I don't know how many people have run into that problem, but rail covers are a nice solution to that, or a grip too, which I eventually got. But for that day, I was like, I'm shooting people, but it hurts. So that was kind of funny.
Yeah, no, that is definite benefit for rail covers. One which I hadn't actually thought about. I just hate getting shot in the fingers when it's cold out.
Yeah.
Another nice feature about this gun is the fact it does come with a rail on top, so you're going to be able to add a wide variety of scopes and whatnot. And with a longer outer barrel, you know, I've been kind of torn between getting a scope with magnification that's adjustable or just getting a basic red dot. So it's good you have the option for that. It's already pre-installed, and yeah, this gun, for being the affordable on the affordable end of our Airsoft GI Custom Black Card Edition, is a really good deal.
Yeah.
So.
I throw on a hollow sight. Like, I'm a big Battlefield player, but back when I played a lot more Call of Duty, I used to use a G3 with like a hollow sight, and I fell in love with that look because of that. And like, I would wreck people in that game with it too. That was a while ago.
If I had a hollow sight, I would put it on this. Yeah.
Yes. We have a lot more guns, and we got like 25 minutes, so we might have to try to keep going.
Where's this go?
I got that one actually, and then if you want to grab one, and I'll grab one. We'll be right back, guys.
Alrighty. Let me just talk off camera because I think you guys are really gonna like this one.
I'll let you go over that one, and I'll go over this one.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is the Airsoft GI Custom VFC Mark 17 Intruder. Oh, please tell me this comes with a scope. This comes with a scope. All right. So
red dot too.
Oh my God! I wasn't even paying attention. Oh wow. Well, this is gonna be a beaut. Okay, so for the Airsoft GI Custom VFC Mark 17 Intruder, which is this bad boy, as far as the parts used, we got a Mad Bull PWS SRX Scar rail extension that's up here in the front. I think that makes this look so much cooler. The Magpul PTS SSG selector switch. That's a really nice feature. I was actually thinking about getting something similar on my LM4. It actually just makes using selector just a little bit easier, or a little bit I guess more dexterous in the heat of airsoft combat. We've also got the Magpul Angle Foregrip 2. We've got the AIM Sports 45-degree offset Picatinny rail mount, which is what this side is mounted on. We also have the Leapers 30mm high-profile scope rings. Obviously, these are the scope rings. And I like its high profile because it's going to be an easier chance to get at least right behind the scope, even with like maybe a mesh mask on. We also have the AMP compact red dot sight. That's this guy right here on the 45-degree mount. We have the Vism 2.5 by 10 by 50 millimeters. This is full size with dot reticle. I'm going to go right into my thoughts. Okay. I really like the fact right off the bat that they gave you a great scope. And Vism is, I guess, a tier above the rest of the NC Star stuff. The lenses are incredibly clear. The scopes are very well made. And I even like the choice of magnification. Because for me, I think on the lower end, or at least the magnification I would use, the only ones I would use specifically for Airsoft are between 2 and 4. Maybe 5 or 6 for spotting, but as far as effective range, 2.5 to 4 is going to be what I would want. So I'm glad that they got a scope with that range of magnification. The fact that it's 50 millimeter, that's going to be a really wide aperture, so you're going to be able to see a lot. And obviously, it goes without saying, the 45-degree canted red dot sight is so badass. So yeah, overall, a really futuristic looking gun, and damn, I play this game in my head a lot over which of these 25 guns I would want if I could just pick one. And I'm having a really hard time not picking this one.
That's funny that you say that because I think I might pick this one if I had my choice.
Oh, you know, that is actually... Now that I think about it, that is actually really similar to your main AEG.
Yes,
like
because
really
it's
similar.
all like lightweight. Okay, so let me go over this one.
Yeah.
This is the Airsoft GI Custom HBC or a Banana Man 5 something something something. The Honey Badger Custom. Now we know that Call of Duty just came out, and I played that, and that game was awesome, a lot of fun. Still a Battlefield 4 guy, and we know that this is not 100% accurate to the Honey Badger in the game itself. One of the tricky things is that stock. The most similar stock that I've seen to it is the 416C stock, but the front end is very, very similar, if not exactly the same. This is going to be the Echo One Platinum M4 once again, and then we have the, I believe, 7-inch MFR rail system. Now, I almost got this rail system myself until I saw the NSR key mod, and the reason for it is super, super lightweight. Same rail segment thing that we're talking about of the modularity. You put the rail panels wherever you want, and then what really gets me is this carbon fiber mock suppressor. This thing is super, super lightweight. So this whole gun is all metal and is rock solid VFC internals, but I can just like, if I had two of these, I can just like run around and destroy people all day with these. So really, really nice gun from the techs. FPS is around 350 to 360, so definitely a solid CQB gun. Could probably use this outdoor too and would perform just fine because of the VFC internal. So because of my style of play and I like being as light and as quick as possible, this would probably be my pick for the custom guns. And there goes the tree.
This is actually really good timing, not on the train part, but by the fact that you have that gun, I have this gun. Our two play styles are very different.
Yeah.
You like really lightweight, really fast and hard hitting, and I'm like, I want guns that they don't necessarily have to be heavy. I just want a lot of cool stuff on them.
Yeah.
And actually, someone commented and corrected me, and I appreciate that. Krugad JY. Okay, Bob, that's 2.5 210 by 50 millimeter. That's correct. I said originally 2.5 by 10 by 50, so it's 2.5 210. Okay, thank you. Anyway, so yeah, very good gun. I really like the look of that carbon fiber style mock barrel extension on there. It looks pretty badass.
Yeah, this is a scatter plot one if you guys are curious at all. So yeah, very cool. We're running short on time. Let's go grab a couple more. I saw a question that I wanted to answer and it disappeared. Yeah, we'll try to get to you guys' questions as best as we can. The MN Airsofters is asking, what is my favorite red dot? Right now, it's probably like the T1 replica by Aimpoint, or like a micro red dot. So I like that because it goes well on an M4. It's super lightweight. Once again, that's kind of my play style. I'll let you start talking about that, and I'll grab another.
All right, so this is the Airsoft GI Custom Polar Star M4 SD. Now, the name essentially says it all in this gun. It is a Polar Star M4. We did make it look like, you know, an SD version, similar, I guess, to the MP5 SD. But as far as the internal specs on this, we've got the Polar Star Fusion Engine drop-in gearbox. We've got the Classic Army SR25 RIS unit with outer barrel set and barrel extension. We've also got, VFC crane stock, VFC buffer tube, KWA grip, Echo One high-capacity magazine, Magic Box Miracle TOT inner barrel for the M4. Excellent choice, by the way, Tech Department. VFC hop-up, King Arms, LaRue receiver, CMOS LaRue receiver. Overall, this is an incredibly lightweight gun. Again, this is a Polar Star, but a nice feature about this is the fact that they have the Polar Star tube coming out from right beneath the buffer tube. So it's going to give you an extra cool look as opposed to having come out the pistol grip. So very lightweight gun. It's actually a really good setup for a Polar Star. So make sure you get on this on our website as soon as possible. Performance specs, I mean, it's a Polar Star, so you can set it. So set it and forget it.
Very
all right,
cool.
Good talk. See you out there.
All right, next one. This is the Airsoft GI Custom Vector. So I know there's like a Chris Vector, but this is going to be the AK Vector. I like this gun a lot, and I'll give you a couple of reasons why. Mainly because it's unique and different, even from the other AKs out there. This is going to be based off the Echo One AMD 65, and I like it partly because when we first got this gun in, I actually did the actual review on it for YouTube, so I had a chance to play around with it. And one of the things I really liked about it was this wire stock. This wire stock was meant to give you the ability to go in and out of vehicles pretty quickly. But for airsoft, what's great is when you wear your big mask, a lot of the times you cannot aim down your sights because you have the stock in the way. With this wire stock down and lower, you could be using like any mask, and you should be able to get down behind the sights very nicely. On top of that, you have the micro dot that I was talking about before right here, exactly where you want it. So big mask or small mask or whatever, you can aim down that red dot very, very, very easily. Huh?
Sam Spreen.
Which one? Is holding a
Sam Spreen. The gun Daniel is holding has already been sold.
Well, then congratulations.
Oh,
so we were
damn, he got you
after
good.
The live show.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna keep talking about it because it's gonna be leaving soon. Yes,
Oh
Bob
man, I've been waiting.
One more. I didn't even notice that there was the flashlight.
Night Evolution.
Yes, it was like so slim. And then here's the thing that really got me that Spencer did. Spencer found a way to mount the MOE, not RVG, the MBG into the rail itself. There's no rail mount at the bottom of this. Oh. There's a slot that's in the handguard itself. Spencer found a way to mount it, and it's rock solid. I don't know how he did it. So very, very comfortable. Okay, here you go, Bob. I'm sorry.
Just been waiting for so long. Ah, man.
Very cool. So whoever bought it, congratulations. This is a really, really cool AK that's unique and different. I'll let you fondle that a little more, and I'll grab a couple more.
Damn it.
Did we grab everything over here?
I want this. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool.
All right, well, whoever got this, you've got one jealous Bob right here. So just so you know, I'm jealous.
This is a big gun.
I gotta say, God dang it, Spencer, you're really good at your job. You too, Aaron Mora. You guys are really great. I hope you're watching this. You guys are awesome.
I'm gonna trade you, Bob.
Golly, this is so cool.
This is cool too.
Man, all right. I don't know why. I'm just so. I mean, I'm happy it's sold. I just
sad to see it go.
Yeah. All right. Ooh. All right. Which one is this? This is the Airsoft GI Custom VFC M16 Scythe. Really good name for this one. All right. The base gun is the VFC M16. The parts used are the Daniel Defense 12-inch Riz 2. We've also got a Magpul PTS PRS stock, as you can see right here. This is actually, I believe, the same, if not similar, to the stock that Josh was rocking on his Polar Star at Operation Irene. Now, we've also got the Battle Comp BCE up here. I'm a big fan of these for real firearms. These are great compensators. I do not believe, well, I don't know, they're just great compensators. So it gives a cool look on this gun. We also have Prometheus ASH 509 millimeter inner barrel. We also have this gun. Well, this gun has an RHOP. Wow, cool. So really good two-tone look, pretty awesome, great Daniel Defense rail. If you're looking for an M16 with some badass internals from VFC, this is a really great way to go. So yeah. All right. We have limited amount of time.
Okay, so this is going to be the Varmint. This is also based off of VFC M16, so both these guns are based off the same one. It goes in that black gun bag right there. Yeah, that one right there. And so I like this one a lot because it has my favorite rail system. This is the Madbull Noveski NSR Keymod 13.5-inch rail system. If I haven't said it already, probably one of the, if not the lightest rail system on the market. This is a full-size M16 gun, but this thing is like a stick. It's ridiculous. VFC internal, so it's going to be really solid. I do like the Battle Comp flash hider at the end. Gives it a nice touch. And you have the Madbull, let me get the name right, the Ace skeleton stock long. So I believe it is going to be a buffer tube LiPo battery that's going to go in the back there. But this whole gun is very slimmed down that you're going to get the performance of an awesome M16, but with probably like half the weight because it's so cut down. Internally, sorry, really quick, we have the Lonex M16 length inner barrel. It's a 509 inner barrel. So Lonex inner barrels, if you didn't know, are steel. So very strong and very reliable. On top of that, there's also the ProWin hop-up chamber. That is a CNC machine hop-up chamber, one piece, and extremely, extremely accurate and precise. So probably one of the best hop-up chambers with a really good inner barrel.
Sorry.
No worries. And then we have all the externals that you guys see there. I'm going to skip on that because we're running out of time.
Yeah, and I'm sure you already mentioned this, but this rail setup is so much lighter than you would ever consider. When I first picked up Daniel's gun, I was like, woo! This is crazy light. Also, there are some external rail add-ons to this, rail covers that make it look even cooler than it already does. The NSR key mod is a really, really cool rail system.
I'll trade you about it.
Yes. All right. Oh my God. Okay. So this is. Let's see. What is this? Wait. We already went over the infiltrator. I thought. No, we didn't. This is it. Okay. So this is the Airsoft GI Custom Echo 1 Platinum Infiltrator Airsoft gun. Now, it's got a very unique look because, we've got a barrel extension that's almost completely hidden in here. But first and foremost, I'm sure a lot of you are going to notice this is the Mad Bull Spike BAR licensed 12-inch Riz. We also have a Mad Bull 7-inch link inner barrel for M4 M16. Scatter plot 160 millimeter carbon fiber barrel extension. That's obviously right there. We also have a Magpul PTS MOE grip and the Magpul PTS MOE stock and a Mad Bull M110 spring. And this gun shoots 380 to 400 feet per second right out of the box. Now, the first thing I noticed and also know about this gun is that it's a very aggressive-looking rail. It looks really cool, and it's got the unique look because the barrel extension is hidden so far in there. My own personal opinion, these are actually some of the sharper rails you can get. So I would highly suggest getting some rail covers with this, but that's just because if you're just running your hand up and down it, or just, let's say you're running with your hand on it without gloves on, it can get a little sharp. But that's basically just because of the cool look of the rail setup. But again, that would be my first purchase with this gun, is getting rail covers. Overall, really cool looking gun. I like the fact they have Magpul stuff on here. Your opinion, Daniel?
I don't like it. But let me clarify. I'm not a fan of the spike rail systems because they're sharp and they're really, really wide. But that's not to say that I truly appreciate, once again, the artwork of the gun. I don't know which tech built this one, but the way the outer barrel was matched perfectly with the scatter plot carbon fiber mock suppressor, this look, like just at the end, it looks flush and it looks clean. And then in my mind, when I play, I'm always worried about my outer barrel like hitting whatever cover I'm against. I like the look of it being protected within the rail system, that if I'm going to be rough, that like, let's say, it's going to hit, some cover that I'm hiding behind, it's going to hit the rail system, which is a lot more solid, and I'm not going to have to worry about my outer barrel wobbling. So I really appreciate it. It's a cool looking gun too. It's just not for me personally. It is an Echo 1 Platinum Edition M4. I think you already mentioned that as well too. That's not to say it's not going to wreck on the field. So that's just my personal thing. Is he asking about green gas and CO2 again? Minecraft builder? We talked about that. Do you guys not listen when we?
I don't know. Maybe they walked away to drop a deuce.
True.
Who knows?
He's asking again. Please stop spamming.
Minecraft Builder, we actually answered this a little bit earlier, but essentially we said there's advantages to and disadvantages with both green gas and CO2. CO2 can work in colder climates and is more widely available across the United States, but you are going to have some problems with the guns that use CO2 breaking a little bit faster than the green gas guns, as well as those CO2 guns firing at a much higher FPS. Whereas green gas can be affected more often in cold weather, and it's also harder to get green gas across the United States. So, advantages, disadvantages.
Bam!
Do you want to take the Spike Tactical?
Yes, I will take that.
All right, so this, and you have the spec sheet for it?
Give me a moment.
You will have a moment. This is a custom, obviously, Polar Star Para. This is an M4 249 Para. This is really cool. My first opinion on it has to do with the paint job. I really got to give credit to Spencer for, in my opinion, doing some great paint jobs. I like the fact that he gets kind of the snakeskin look on here and there. Yeah, overall, a really good gun. I think an M249 is a really great gun to Polar Star, just for the fact that with the Polar Star, you're going to have so much air, and with this gun, so much ammo, you're really going to be a support gunner. Oh, all right then. Okay. Well, let me go over the specs on this. This is the Airsoft GI Custom M249 Para Polar Star Airsoft gun. Now, the base gun is an A&K M249 Para. The FPS is it says 380, but it's got a Polar Star Fusion engine, so I don't know how much that's going to matter. Polar Star Fusion engine for the M249. It's got a 433 millimeter Miracle barrel. Thank God the techs put a Miracle barrel in here. Those are great barrels. It's also got a Classic Army M249 hop-up, a Mad Bull M249 flash hider, a Classic Army box magazine, and what's called a paint job. Yes.
That one sounds expensive.
Yes. Now, the difference between this and the other support gunner we have in our exclusive black card lineup is the fact that this actually has the Paracel stock. It's going to add some weight onto the back end, but for that extendable stock, pretty darn awesome. All right, well, enough about this gun. What do you got there?
So this is the Raptor. This is probably the last gun that we'll talk about today just because we're running out of time. There are a couple other customs that we didn't get a chance to go over, such as, I think there's 2 more M249s. There's another Polar Star M249 and Battlefield one. I think actually Bob's going to bring it out really quick. And then there's also another M4 with a Noveski, like a more classic Noveski rail system. But this is the Raptor. This is based off, I believe this one's built from scratch. GMP zombie killer body. So that's kind of cool and that's kind of fun. This is also a Polar Star. So you do have the Polar Star hose in the back here. I don't have a Polar Star myself, but I've been hearing that this is a more popular setup, which makes sense because that's a lot of times where you'll kind of sling it up. Without this, doesn't really need to be said, but this is an epic CQB gun. You can run around with this and just wreck people. It's Polar Star. You can set the FPS and rate of fire. Yeah, whatever you need it to be. Externally, we have the Daniel Defense 4-inch light rail system. We have the Rainier Arms Extreme Flash Hider. Pec box is going to be here. Troy grip. I like this grip a lot because it's short, it's stubby, and it's comfortable too. So the OD look, once again, is something I do like. And then otherwise, I think, oh, I forgot the hop-up unit. But yeah, pretty cool. I'll let you go into that really quick.
I just want to answer really quick. Mr. Silly Sia. Hey, Bob, I'm new, but I don't know how to find public games to go to. Can you get some tips on how to? Yes, you can head right over to airsoftgeo.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see a map of the continental United States. It says field maps, I believe. Just click on that map of the continental United States. I'll take you over to a separate section on our website where you can just click on whatever state you're in and find out what local fields you have in your area and local teams. If you don't have local fields, just hit up those local teams and see what they do, because we don't have every single local field up on our website. Just email us if you guys have a local field you want us to put on our website. All right, moving on. I don't have the actual thing here. Daniel, why don't you talk about why this gun is so cool?
It's Polar Star. This is a support weapon. It's Polar Star. In my mind, if I ever get a support weapon, I'm going to Polar Star it because the reliability you can't really match with an AEG. They're not saying AEGs are not reliable, but I saw that Polar Star video that they did where they shot like over 1 million rounds and it was still shooting fine. So if I were to get a support weapon, that's what I would do. And I'd see a target, I'd be like, suppressing fire! And I'd have my 2000 box mag, and I would not stop shooting. It'd just be like non-stop. And I'm not even talking about like a fast rate of fire, maybe like 18, 17, and just keep them pinned down the whole time. I'm like, all right, they're pinned. You guys can maneuver and do whatever you want. I like that this is the Mark II version, right?
This is the Airsoft GI Custom M249 Mark II Polar Star Airsoft gun, base gun AK M249, FPS 390, but again, Polar Star Fusion engine. Yeah. It's also got a 590mm Miracle Barrel. Well done, Tech Department. It's got a D-Boy Birdcage Flash Hider, Classic Army Box Magazine, Classic Army M249 Hop-Up Unit, and paint job.
Nice.
Yeah.
Job.
Now, what's different about this paint job is that the previous one just had tan and brown. This has tan, dark green, and brown, so you're going to be able to blend into a wider variety of foliage. It's also still got that snakeskin seam throughout it. So, once again, Spencer, I hope you're watching. Great damn job. Thank you. This is awesome. So, if you guys are in the market for a support gun, specifically a Polar Star, this is badass.
Yeah, especially with the longer barrel and the Miracle Barrel, like you can out-snipe snipers with this and then have a crazy rate of fire at the same time.
I just feel like I look cool.
You do look cool.
Look at that. You can see look at that.
Awesome.
I know, right?
And then I got this little guy over here.
Yeah.
I don't know. This guy's pretty cool too.
Yeah, no, this is better.
Okay, so I think that's about it for the guns. We'll try to open up the questions. Somebody asked repeatedly, what is our opinion? Action Airsoft USA asks us our opinion on flip-to-side magnifiers. When it comes to those accessories, it's always down to personal preference, of course, but I'm not a huge fan of the flip-to-side magnifiers unless it has windage and elevation controls. What I mean by that is a lot of the magnifiers, when you put it behind the red dot, the red dot will not be centered in the magnifier. So you'll see the red dot, but it'll be like, way up on the side of the magnifier. There's like a new one by, I think NC Star just came out with one, and there's a couple other companies that make them too. Make sure it has the windage and elevation control so you can center your red dot right in the middle of the magnifier. But otherwise, they're great. They give you the best of both worlds. They will, red dot for CQB, somebody's far away, flip it, and you have the long range. So I definitely like that. Downside, a little more weight, but that's, it's not too much more. So your thoughts?
I do like the fact that it's really lightweight. It's really short. I don't know. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of the thoughts other than that.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's going to be great for going around corners. I think the first thing I would do that I saw when I first started Airsoft, I remember some dude putting a vertical grip on it and not even shouldering it. He would actually put it like this and then go around the corner. He'd peek his eyes around the corner and then with the gun right here, so you just fire from like not that really the hip, but the shoulder. I actually want to answer a really quick question. Mr. Cicely Sia, you're from Toronto, Canada. I apologize. I assumed you were from North America. I don't believe we have a Canadian field map up yet.
Oh, no, we don't.
No, we don't. But I'm glad you asked that question because that's going to push along us to possibly make a Canadian field map. I'm sorry I couldn't answer your question helpfully, but I would highly suggest either Googling Canadian fields. I'm trying to think of like other options you have for. I don't think there's actually a Canadian field map out there just yet. But I'm sure like Googling Canadian airsoft fields, checking up on certain airsoft forums. There's a variety of options if you're creative on the internet. I'm sorry we don't have a Canadian field map up yet. But we'll work on that. Yeah.
The last question of the night, because we're probably out of time. Jack is asking, what do we like more, indoor or outdoor? Ooh, that's a hard one. My airsoft career started at indoor fields, and I'm always going to love indoor fields, but right now I'm probably liking the outdoor fields a little more because I can maneuver and communicate with my team and throw grenades more. But that's not to say I don't enjoy the indoor fields. Bob?
It's kind of ironic. I actually started in outdoor fields, and when I came down to SoCal to go to college, I started playing in indoor fields. I actually prefer a combination of the both. Similar to what's at Ballahack Airsoft Field, is that I like mount fields with vegetation around them. Like at Ballahack, they'll have a central mount town, and then surrounding it is forest, bridges. So you get the best of both worlds, in my opinion. CQB can be really fun because you can get right back into the game, but I think mount towns, especially with the surrounding forest, is the best of both worlds. Firing and maneuver, it's really cool to play against an intelligent opponent. And not saying CQB someone isn't intelligent, but there's more options for maneuver in outdoor. So, my opinion.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. I think this has been our live show for December 3rd on Tuesday. If you guys like these black card customs, check them out on our website at airsoftgi.com. A lot of them are selling very, very quickly. So if there's one that you like, each one, these are one of a kind. So we don't have like extra quantities of them. So if there's one that you like, definitely pick it up.
MI Airsoft Mr. Shout out the entire comment section for us. Come on!
Everybody, we're going to shout.
Yoni Bin Name, MI Airsoft, Carla McMillan, Sean H., Sean Park, I can't get through it all. I'm sorry, guys. I got through a couple.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us on this week's edition of the Airsoft GI Live Show. I'm Bob the X-Man Hildebrand. This is Daniel. Excellent work. And this is the GI TV Live Show. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Wave, Daniel. Bye-bye. Bye.
We got to hit the live stream.
Do we have to?
That one. And that one.
I'll stop streaming. Bye.